In this video, we will look at a table I have created with the currents, which helps me form my strategy on a race course where the current does not have the same strength throughout. I assume the current has the same direction across the course, that the VMG upwind is at 45 degrees, and the VMG downwind is at 135 degrees. In the corners of the table, I have some notes that help me understand it. For example, here we see port tack courses, upwind and downwind, without current, to have a reference point, with strong current, with light current. On the other side, I see starboard tack courses accordingly. Down here, I see with the red circle where I will end up with light current, where I will end up with strong current, and where I will end up with very strong current. I consider light current to have a speed of 1 unit, strong current, speed of 2 units, and very strong current, speed of 3 units. Here, I see my course until the point I will reach with light current, strong current, and very strong current. And here, I see the currents. Small current, large current, very large current. Let's look at the simple currents. First current is upwards. So I see light current, strong current upwards. As the current increases, the apparent wind increases. Let's see what happens on my course. I see my upwind course, for example here, without current, with light current, with strong current upwind. Similarly, for downwind. And where I will end up in each current. In strong current, I will end up here. In light current, I will end up there. So I see, when the current is upwards, on the upwind leg, it's better to choose the courses, either starboard tack or port tack, where I will sail in the stronger current. When going downwind, I should sail where the current is weaker. I see it puts me lower when I sail in weaker current. Next example, with current downwards. As the current increases, the apparent wind decreases. On my course, when going upwind, I will choose to sail where the current is smaller. I will come out higher than if I sail where the current is stronger. When going downwind, the current helps me, so I will choose to sail where the current is stronger. Next example, current from left to right. I see that as the current increases from left to right, the wind shifts to the right and slightly increases in strength. In my examples, I will take into account the increase in wind strength due to the shift in direction for simplicity. On my course, I see that I will choose to be upwind on starboard tack in stronger current and on port tack in lighter current. Conversely, on the downwind, I will choose starboard tack where the current is lighter and port tack where the current is stronger. Next example. Current from right to left. As the current increases, the apparent wind shifts to the left. On my course, upwind, I will choose to sail on port tack. Where the current is stronger, it puts me higher. Conversely, I will choose in light current to sail starboard tack. I have less loss. And on the downwind, I will choose to sail port tack where the current is weaker and starboard tack where the current is stronger. Let's see the combinations of these. What I have done is arrange the table so I can see the simple current and its combinations. Here, I see a current from left to right and from bottom to top. As the current increases, the wind shifts to the right and increases. On my course, the first criterion for deciding how I will race is this. Upwind, I will sail starboard tack where the current is stronger. I am favored by both the wind shift and the current pushing me upwards. Downwind, the first criterion is this. I will sail starboard tack where the current is lighter. I have less loss from the wind shift and less loss from the current. Next example. Current from right to left and from bottom to top. I see that as the current increases, the apparent wind shifts to the left and increases. First criterion for my strategy is this. Upwind, I will sail port tack where the current is stronger, favored both by the wind shift and by the current. Downwind, the first criterion is this. I will sail port tack where the current is lighter. I have less adverse wind shift and less current resistance. Next example, current from left to right and from top to bottom. As the current increases, the apparent wind shifts to the right and decreases. First criterion for deciding how I will sail is this. Upwind, I will choose port tack where the current is lighter, with less wind shift and less current resistance. Downwind, the first criterion is this. I will choose port tack where the current is stronger, favored by the greater wind shift and the stronger current pushing me downwards. Last example, current from right to left and from top to bottom. As the current increases, the wind shifts to the left and decreases. First criterion for my strategy, upwind, is to sail starboard tack where the current is lighter, with less wind shift and less current resistance. Downwind. The first criterion is to sail starboard tack where the current is stronger, favored by both the greater wind shift and the current pushing me downwards.